All right, here we go. All right, so OG Atlock, you can hear me clearly, right? Because this is what I'm going to be doing. We're going to be doing it, pretty much live. So that way, if you guys have any questions, we could go ahead and do it pretty much, live. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys, you guys wanted to know some other, like the glitchy plays that dudes are running right now. All right, good. Your Crystal. All right, so the number one playbook, I run the West Coast, but I do a lot of weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? So because I do a lot of weird stuff, it's pretty difficult for you guys to also understand what I'm doing. So to make it easier, we're gonna go ahead and lab some of the key plays out of the Eagles. Hold up, let me see. That's the defense. We're gonna go to the Eagles. Where the hell is the Eagles? Do I have the Eagles? Because the Jets has the same things also, but the Eagles have that the RPO that everybody runs on the trip side that just can't be covered. It's a really nasty RPO. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that. Let me go ahead and get that playbook real quick, and I'm gonna go over some of those plays right there because now that they've changed up the way that the MUT Champs is, a lot of the members are like, "Yo, G, I can't win games." I'm like, bro, the number one thing is because you garbage, but we're gonna get you through that. Hold on, alternate? No, we gotta go base team. Base team playbook real quick. And like I said, you guys, basically with the game, if you're not running RPOs, you're not really playing Madden 24 the right way. So, you guys gonna have to make a decision on how you want to do that. So I gotta go base playbook. And then we're gonna go ahead and select the Eagles playbook real quick. Real fast. Hold on, offense. Let's go. All right, bam. Let's go. Also, that double post play that all you weirdos are trying to run because you see all the pros doing it. I guess you know what it is, bro. It's really, really hard to stop just regular, Yeah, Eagles playbook is what we're going to be running right now. So what I'm going to show you, pretty much, this is what most of them run. It's either this or the Lions. I know Henry runs the Eagles playbook, and a lot of you guys that watch him play, you guys want to know exactly what's going on. So we're going to go ahead and do that now to give you guys a few, a quick update on what you should be running. Because now, like I said, it's even harder to win MUT Champ games. Because everybody knows that it actually counts for something, so it's been a little bit more difficult. So we're gonna go over some of those things right now. We're gonna let the computer pick random plays, so that way you guys see what it works against, and it's not really crazy. So with the Eagles playbook, right, the formation we're gonna be taking a look at right now with the strong nasty. This is like the number one RPO right here. You'll see people run this on a regular basis, and it's very, very annoying and very difficult to stop. The next thing that you guys may have noticed is that everybody pretty much, where's that stock play? Not the speed dig, the double post. The double post out of bunch offset and bunch strong nasty with that RPO, those two things alone are really outrageous. And I'm gonna show you guys why in a second. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna change our audible so that we have the double post here. All right, for bunch offset. So pretty much, like the left trigger, go to the play, pick the play, put it in there. Bunch nasty. We could just take the inside zone out, and we're gonna do the RPO read bubble. All right, the RPO read bubble is gonna be the other audible. Now, it doesn't really matter which way you come out in this. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is that you have to have the right personnel. So if you take out a tight end, or you add a receiver or whatever, and you don't make it, with the 3 wide receivers, the 1 tight end, and the 1 running back, you can't audible to these plays like that. All the personnel changes are different. So you guys are going to want to make sure you guys know that. All right? Now, what are the plays that dudes be running where it's like, all right, I hate this game. Like how you hear dudes raging? If you want to practice against the CPU, remember, always all Madden, press L3 when you're picking it so they can do random plays. L2 and the L3 analog to bring the ball back so that we could go over it now. So this what we're going to be doing right now first is the RPO. Now this is what's really nasty about this play. The blocking, if you don't have a hard flat or a dude that's manned up to Randy Moss, they automatically get space. It's really, really stupid. Also, I have to probably do, wait a minute. I have to do a thing there. I'm going to have to take that idiot Kittle out of the game. Hold on, let me take Kittle out of the game real quick. Because he's not supposed to be in there. I don't know what the hell he's doing. You got to have the 3 wide receivers. So I don't know what that dummy's doing there. We got to put Chase there. All right, let's go back to the play now. Because you got to have the personnel right. So when we audible to the other bunch, it keeps your opponent, off guard. He don't know what the hell's going on. All right, so now, this is why this play works. Most people are not going to run man, the way that they used to. Because man coverage just gets straight dotted on a regular basis. So the RPO, once you hike the ball, the options are obviously the run, which you would quickly press X, because that's the guy that's running the ball, or circle. If you wait too long to press circle, you're going to get illegal man downfield. So you have to make a quick run. You know what I'm saying? Like a quick choice of which way you want to go. This is one of the most OP plays in the game, and that's why, like I said, guys like Henry, they run this because it's very difficult to stop, right? So bam, the first thing that we're going to do, because that corner on the right, Night Train, is so far off, you always go for the screen in this situation. The linebacker that's on the right above triangle right there, for some reason, he gets blocked, and he's not usually able to make the play. So if you get a guy that has off coverage, for whatever reason, your first read is circle. So you're throwing that right away. Now you have to juke and do all the other stuff to make the play. Remember that in this mode, because you're practicing on all Madden, the computer is going to cheat. So a lot of these plays that would otherwise work against a human opponent, EA is going to make it so that these guys engage very, very, very quickly. But if you just watch other people play the game, you'll be able to see, how efficient this is. And like I said, the way that that the guys are staying with him, that corner is a little bit further down. That's Woolen. He's staying right on top of it. But you can see the way that, it gets open and the guys are able to move out. If you get anyone playing a defense where they're always off, you can see Woolen. You see Woolen keeps going with them in the flat. So it's a little bit different. Is that Woolen? Who is that? Oh, that's Palomal. They keep going with them to the flat, so it gets relatively difficult to throw it. But you're going to eventually get a dude that's going to give you that. They're going to give up the RPO. Now, in certain cases where you see a defense, if you need like a yard or something like that, you can just run the ball. So instead of pressing circle, you would just simply press X and just hold the ball and just go. Either way, if you have like jukebox or something on your players, it's automatic yardage no matter what. So this right here, this scheme is specific for the Eagles playbook because they have a lot of nasty stuff in this particular playbook. Now, these are the first 2 plays. Now you want to audible over to double post. Why is double post dangerous? Because the slot receiver and the outside receiver are just above each other and somebody's getting open. If not, the wheel route by the tight end usually gets wide open, depending on whatever the defense because the wheel routes are real OP this year. So, they get open. And like I said, I can't really explain to you why. I don't know if the development team just doesn't care. I don't know what's going on. But you really cannot defend wheel routes as consistently in man coverage or zone. All right? So, when you look at the defense, like right now, the way this defense is set up in a double A gap, somebody's going to be open because it's just a bad defense. Like double A gap is a really, really bad defense this year because the man coverage is not going to stay with the bunch side. So if you see somebody running defense like that, it's all day. Now look, you can just hike this play and go stock. You don't even really need to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like look, you see like how the guy was staying with him the whole way on the outside, and it's a wheel route. It's still a flat route also. So you can actually wait for your tight end to go up the field when you audible over to double post. You can wait for him to actually go upfield. If you don't like what you're seeing there, the slot receiver is usually always open. It's almost impossible unless they man him up, shade inside, and the user runs with him. It's almost impossible to stop this play. That's why the pros use it. Now look, you see him on the sideline there? Okay, that's just an overthrow by Lamar. Lamar doesn't care. As he starts to go up, if you have time to throw the ball, right? Let's go to the instant replay real quick so you guys can see what's going on. If you have time and they send a 3-man rush, right? Just look at the play. If they go in that man-to-man coverage, because this is like a zone on the left, but then you see how they bumped him, and then they're running with Jamar Chase up the field in the slot. if they engage all the way with these players, the wheel route is always open. Now, your quarterback has to make a throw. Okay? Your quarterback has to make a throw, and that's the hardest part about it. If like Lamar is garbage, but because of the way I play and I do a lot of rollouts, it doesn't really matter how trash he is. He's going to make a lot of those plays regardless. You know what I'm saying? But that's a touchdown. All right? And that's why this play is dangerous, because you take two players and you draw attention to the middle of the field, and then the wheel route is there, plus you have the running back underneath that draws down this zone. So this guy can't really go with the wheel route. He has to choose, and the running back is what leaves it open. Remember, they patch the way that you blitz in the game, so you don't have to really worry about pressure unless you get somebody that's really, really throwing the ball on a regular basis and it's just nasty. I mean, like blitzing you, then you got to throw the ball fast. Like if somebody is blitzing you like crazy, then you got to start making wheel routes out the backfield with the running back and just hiking and throwing, or using some of the stock plays that they have in the playbook where it's like a quick flat. But for the most part, people won't blitz because it doesn't get home. All right. So that's the big thing about double post and why it works and why it's one of, the top Madden players' favorite play, because that slot and the outside receiver in the bunch, they're taking all the attention, from the players. So now, again, this is like a nice little mini scheme that you can run out of bunch that will annoy any opponent. It's very, very difficult to stop. Now, I stop it because I send pressure, right? I'm not choosing to sit back and relax and let a guy, like party, and it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to do that, all right? This is what it's about. You have to see that, like, oh, hold on, why did he just do that? Oh, because it's RPO. That's my bad. I thought I was in double post. All right, so the RPO, simple. You take the circle. Usually if you need like 1 or 2 yards, it's always guaranteed. You can take it all the way downfield depending on how they play. Watch the outside guy, how he goes. You should always, if they're off, be able to get 1 or 2 yards. So that's something that you pick up all the time for short yardage. When you get somebody that thinks that they, know what's going on or whatever, you could always audible down. What about cover 4 with seam flats? Usher in the middle. All right, so let's do that. That's why I'm doing it live right now with the ebook. So we'll select that play because it doesn't matter. The seam flats, the actual route will still get open. Okay, it doesn't matter that they're running cover 4 with seam flats. So I'm gonna run the cover 4 that most people run right now, and that's the 4-3 even with the flats. It doesn't matter if it's dollar. It doesn't matter if it's nickel. Whatever. The seam flats are seam flats. Now remember, the computer is gonna automatically adjust what the seam flat does based on the play that we pick. So when you come out and you actually, this still actually works against it. So this is the reason why I want you to have that as a base audible with the RPO, because it kills cover 4 because it's all zone. So that's a good question, because now we got to play. If a dude comes out running stock cover 4, we're going for 6. If he does not change that seam flat to a hard flat or man up the outside receiver, it's continuous yardage every single time. Continuous. All right. Now, the double post, if you know somebody's running cover 4 and you go to the double post, right? This is what happens. The seam flat is going to try to stay with the outside wheel route with the tight end. The other two dudes, the deep safety on the right side, he's going to be it's a strong safety on the right side. He's going to try to go up and defend anything that goes, obviously straight up in the middle, right? The free safety on the left, he's like in a crazy area, because if you leave the C route stock, the defensive back he's not going to play that the whole way. So the safety kind of cheats a little bit. So you just have to make the read. Remember, this is all stock. So what gets open right away? Look, the wheel route is going to be open. So that's what I would take against any seam, because the wheel route always gets open. Now what happens is people adjust like I do. So if the actual safety goes to like a middle third or does anything stupid, one of those post routes are going to be open. But if it's stock, it doesn't matter. The wheel route destroys the seam flat. Now, another thing you could also do is you can streak the outside receiver. Because when you streak the outside receiver, when the seam flat goes and the strong safety starts to back up on the right side, that should be open also. You see what I'm saying? You see like how it separates, and then you got him, but like the way that it's set up, you know, they're all over it. Don't matter. But that streak will get open because it splits everything. Because one defender goes with the wheel route, the other defender goes with the actual streak, and then you go from there. Yo, Gonzito, what's good, bro? Yo, bro, Gonzito, you coming through huge. We're in the middle of a major breakdown. Obviously you can rewind it, but welcome in, Gonzito. So right now we're in the Eagles playbook. OG Antlock had a question about beating cover 4, so we're going over that with the seam flats. So realistically, right, the seam flat cannot defend a wheel route, especially from the tight end position. Now remember this, guys, when you run bunch offset, any formation that you run, right, you're gonna get this same situation. So look, if you noted the guys in the stock cover 4, all I did was put my running back by just pressing triangle up on the right analog. I put him also on a wheel route. So now I got 2 wheel routes to both sides. I can also streak the receiver, right? The receiver's gonna take that corner with him. It's gonna leave the safeties in a situation where they have to choose. Now, most of the time, the user is going to be patrolling whatever is coming immediately out. So whatever pass is coming out immediately, be very, very careful over the middle of the field. Because if you play somebody that has any type of user skill, they're going to pick you off. They're going to lurk the middle and wait. So the objective is now, when we add that streak to the left side and we have the wheel route, what happens with that now, look at the way the defense plays it. The wheel route's going to still get open when he cuts up field. It doesn't matter. That's automatic, right? But we're going to do the replay and see what happens with the rest of the actual defenders. Because that's what you're trying to figure out. You know you got a beater. The beater is not the problem, though. What else is open if they take that away? So that you don't actually throw a Stevie. So we back out, right? We take a look at this with the seam flat. Both sides are running the seam flat. Look at the running back. You see the running back? He can beat him. The problem is, if you make this throw to Chase, right here, because the streak is going to take the corner, if you make this throw, it better be on target, which means you probably have to have set feet lead or something like that, because that ball has to come out super fast. Because if you don't, the corner, because he's in zone, he's going to turn around and he's going to pick you off. Because it's all, you know, that's the way you get the middle slot open. Cover 4, you got to have streaks. And then when you have a crosser, the cover 4, they're going to run with the guy that's doing the streak. That's just the way that it goes in real football too. They got to deal with what the streak is doing. So anybody that's underneath that's trying to get open, that's going to generally get open. Like, you know, if you throw that ball and you lead pass it to the left, he's open. Like, so many times you watch an MCS game and you're like, yo, why is that guy open? That's why. That's why he's open. Because the streak takes away all the outside deep blues. They're going to run with the streak. All right? So, like I said, against cover 4, no matter what happens, you always have the wheel route. It doesn't matter. Just look at the field. Because the seam flat has to pay attention to the wheel. But once he cuts up field, the seam flat turns to man coverage. So, and even if you don't have on match, like this looks like match. Like the computer automatically went to match because they mix and match what it does. If it's not match, all that changes is that the linebacker or the corner or the safety, if you're playing dime or nickel, they just go further to the outside and they stay there. It doesn't matter though. They don't run up the field with you. They only run up the field with you if it's match, and if it's regular zone, that's still going to be open. It does not matter because everybody is running with the double post. They can't leave the double post. And then we just chose to do a wheel route, but the seam flat is still going to get burnt on this side too, because you can't defend a wheel route in this game. You just can't. So that's what you guys have to get used to doing. Start to create more wheel routes and stuff like that. You'll be really, really good to go in that regard. So that's the way that I would beat it. But remember, if you're running the Eagles playbook, there's so many ways to beat it. Hey, Pitonio, what's good, bro? Buenos dias. Yeah, Pitonio, you can always rewind. I'm just gonna give you guys, like, you know what I'm saying? This is member only. So we can definitely watch it. Is match the move only when you play spread. Now, not spread with 5 wide receivers, but spread with 4 with 4 that are going up the field, because it's what it is just man. That's all that Ganzito is, just man. So what happens is they're going to run with the closest person to them, but you're gonna get beat if you play a pro or anybody that understands the zone concepts, because they're going to have like they're gonna put like their tight end on like a flat, and that's gonna take away a whole match concept, and the streak's gonna be wide open. Like when you play bunch, I would not recommend running match because you're gonna get dotted. Well, yeah, Pitonia, the vid will be up later, but only for members only that are huge or bigger, dude. Huge or girth. That's how we're gonna do our ebooks going forward. At least once a week, we're gonna have live so you guys can ask your questions, and we just deal with you guys getting better at the game, and then all the other members can see exactly what we went over. You see what I'm saying? Yo, de nada, don't worry about it. De nada, mi amigo, don't worry about it. So you'll be able to have it, so you'll be able to see everything. But Eagles playbook, and we're going over the RPO right now, and the actual audible over. This is pretty much a pro offense. All the pros run this. So I know that I've been getting requests about, yo, I can't score, MUT champs is too hard, all that stuff. If you run this, you're gonna beat everybody. Like, not everybody, but you'll be a sweaty, and it'll all come down to making the right, the right reads. So ultimately, let's go ahead. We're gonna we're gonna go back to the menu so you guys can see what's going on, because some of you guys just got in. Bunch strong nasty and bunch offset. That's our focus for today. It doesn't matter what they're running. You can beat everything. Z spot, the corner route, you guys all know about the corner route. So what I would recommend is having at least one corner route. So that'll be Z spot, having double post in here, and having the best run play available. You don't really need to use anything other than inside zone split, to be honest. The PA read play, I don't really like it. So you can add, the corner route dig is pretty good also with that corner route. Obviously, like I said, double post. The read option, depending on how fast your quarterback is, you could rock that, but you don't really need it because you're going to be able to run the ball anyway out of the RPO bubble. So, Z spot and go is really good also, because that stagger with the outside receiver usually gets open. Curl flat is a monster because that deep, okay, that's another one. We're going to put curl flat there, because what happens is you play players that they run the outside 30-yard zone drops, right? How many of you guys play guys that run zone drops where you're like, yo, I can't get over the top of that, G. Yo, what the F's going on? So you got to get the stock post routes that actually get over that coverage. And it's a few of them in the game that does that. And we're going to go over that right now too, to kind of give you guys a mini scheme. You've been having trouble stopping RPO? Ganzito, which RPO? What RPO you having trouble stopping? Which ones? Because we'll go over that now. I'll flip it. After I show you guys how to beat the zone drops, I'll flip it and go and show you how to stop every single RPO in the game, except for the one that's in this playbook. See, this one, that RPO read bubble out of the trips tight and offset weak, this one is glitched, so you have to actually manually go over there with that, or run man-to-man coverage, 2-man under to stop it. If you're running any kind of zone, you're gonna have a lot of difficulty dealing with that. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. That is gonna be a major problem. Like, you're not, it's tough business, dude. Like, straight up. Okay, that's the one. Okay, so that's the only one in the game that if you man somebody up, you can't take it away. Which is why the last time that I played this, if you were in the stream, Ganzito, I played 2-man under and just let him throw it, and then I had to be over there in the area because the run will destroy you too out of that play. But we're gonna get to that in a second. We're gonna finish up with that one. I just want to make sure that I let OG Antlock see exactly what's going on, so you guys can beat zone drops. All right. So we're gonna still come out in strong bunch nasty as our offensive main play. RPO read bubbles there. Okay. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna pick random plays again. L3 on the analog stick. Always remember, when you see this is a random play. Bam. It's open. You just throw it. Circle quick. Run it out. Juke. All that stuff. Remember, the RPO. If you're not running RPOs in Madden 24, you are playing the game wrong. Why are they staying in that? I don't want them to stay in a 4-3. Hold on. Let me go back there. Hold on. Why is it? I don't want random. I just want a random play. Okay, get out of this. Random 4-3. Okay, random plays there. You said, so do you need at least one inside? No, you don't need inside stuff. Inside stuff is a waste of your defensive abilities. What you need to learn how to do, everybody that's here, that's a member right now, this is why I'm doing it live. What you need to do is learn how to crash your D line down. Left on the analogs, left on the D-pad, and down on the right analog. That's what you guys need to learn how to do. Crash your D line down. That's how you stop the run. Crash down out of any of the plays that you run. Ideally, I would recommend 4 down linemen, but it's up to you at your discretion. Look, defensively, all you need to have are pick artists and lurk artists. You could get away with Howie Long because he gets a discount and no outsiders, but if the player is not discounted, don't do it. Because it's gonna heavily affect what else you could have on the field. And we all know that if you don't have pick artists, you're gonna get dotted. All right, so let's pick a random play right here. And I'm gonna show OG Antlock the way to beat, the way that you beat the zone drops to the 30 yards, right? So we're in bunch strong nasty. The play is curl flat. We're gonna audible the curl flat. Now that post gets over the top. One of the things that you guys can do, I don't know if you guys utilize it, is you can smart route the actual player. So to smart route it, you go ahead, you press triangle, you press the icon of the player, and then you see how it says smart route, you just press R1, and then you smart route it. Now, what happens is, this is getting lower because it's assuming that we're trying to do it within 10 yards, but say you get sacked, or it's a deep play or something like that, you can smart route it so the post goes higher up and gets over the top as well. But we're gonna reset the play by pressing, triangle and, triangle and L2 or something like that? Hold up, no, square. It's square and L2 to reset the play. So we reset it, we went back to the RPO. Now we're gonna we're gonna audible back over to curl flat, right? That middle dude, it doesn't matter what's going on, he's going to get over the 30-yard zone drop. Now, one of the things that you can do is you always streak the receiver that's on the side of the corner route. Always streak the receiver that's on the side of the corner route, because again, the defense has to pay attention to the streak. So no matter what they're doing, Randy Moss is taking people with him. It doesn't matter. You throw it, always secure catch. Corner routes, don't try to go for 6 unless nobody is near you. X, if you're on Xbox, A, possession catch the damn ball. Do not try to run with it with a rack unless you got the step, because they will drop the ball. They will absolutely 100% drop the ball, and you're going to be very, very aggravated about it. All right? So we're going to audible back to curl flat, bunch offset. We're going to streak Randy Moss, triangle circle up on the D-pad, and then we're just looking for the corner route. Very, very difficult because you have to run with Moss. That's how these pros move the ball. Like I said, I was a professional Madden player way back. It's all the same concepts. It's just that corner routes have become OP. All right, there's always something that beats everything. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, I didn't get to go ahead and show the instant replay, but I'll do it again really quickly so you guys can see. It doesn't really matter. The streak always takes the player with them, so you don't have to worry about that. And that's why the corner routes are always open. Wherever you see a corner route always open, that means that the defender, that means that the offensive player has figured out how to have the streak, and also underneath we have a flat that's taking the other defenders out of the way. So the tight end right here, Parham, that flat route, no, dude, OGL, not right now, dude. I would have to lock in to be the best. But I don't got time to lock in, dude. If I lock into Madden, I'll be in the hospital the same day. But with Parham, the flat route and then the streak, those two things draw down whatever zone is going on. And then if it's man, you can wait and see how much they get separation, and you can also throw the streak. So this is how you would beat the zone drop at a 30. Curl flat, that corner route goes up high enough to beat it. See, look, you see where the safety is going? Safety is absolutely 100% going to run with the streak. So that's why the pro players are always open on corner routes. because everybody has to pay attention to the guy running wide open down the field. By the time the corner realizes it to come back to the corner, it's too late. So you have to commit to it. And that's ultimately why this mini scheme right now, out of the Eagles, is a very, very difficult one to stop. Now, to finalize our tutorial for the day, we're going to go into what Gonzito is asking about, which is why, like I said, I will continue to do it live so that the members get the best out of their, their one-on-ones with me, and we could figure out what's going on. Instead of having a bunch of idiots running around, it's only members. All right? So, the RPO that Gonzito's asking about is the only one in the game right now that you cannot man this up out of certain defenses and they run with the player. Okay? So it's a very, very difficult one to stop because of that. So the only logical thing to do, because look, what happens is this, right? You see like how he ran with him on that? The computer's gonna try to play the best defense, but it's man coverage, but it's not like a 4-3 or a 3-4. So if you keep doing it, right? You see the way the guy stays with him and he wants to run away from him? That's AKA the slab. It's just straight RPOs. No matter what happens, they make the players go towards the inside. Now, the reason that it's wild is because you can actually hold this without getting illegal man downfield. Like if you hold it and then throw it, you're always gonna get yards. Because by the time the computer realizes it, it's too late. Now, I know you're looking at it like, yo, why is the computer able to go over there and they're playing it a lot better? It's because it's on all Madden. When you play a human opponent, it's just more glitchy. The computer cannot really deal with it, but this is ultimately what happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? So how do you stop it? This is what you do. The defenses that you see the computer playing, you mimic those defenses. Now, obviously, Kittle is going to block better than that when you play a human opponent. But this is the number one thing that I want to teach you guys as far as like when you're labbing and trying to figure things out. When you have a play that you recognize that you can't stop, you go into practice mode on all Madden and you see how the computer works against it. Now, when I played the idiot that ran this, I had to go to dime and run 2-man under, and I bagged it. And I'm going to show you guys on the other side how I did it. But I'm just letting you guys see it. You have to hold it. That's why it's a glitch, because you can actually hold it for a long time. You know, you can do it fast like that too, but you can hold it, and that's what makes it the most dangerous RPO in the game. Now, we're going to flip sides, and I'm going to show Gonzito specifically what he has to do when he sees this type of formation or the RPO. All right, so let's go ahead and flip sides. And then I'm just going to pick a play real quick on both sides, and then we'll flip plays, and then that'll be it. So, bam, let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, good. And then we'll jump over to the other side. So, look, if I try to run 4-3-6-1, which is the defense that I run against this particular formation, I am going to get run all over. Okay? I'm going to get dominated. So once I see somebody that's running this, I have to change it up. Every other RPO that's run, you can manually man up your outside linebacker to the player that's getting the RPO, and they will defend it. This is the only one that you would have to go to some kind of 2-man under. In this one, what I did in the game that I played to win, when I had to, lock the damn dummy up that was doing it, I just went to 2-man under, right? And then this was my adjustments after I went to 2-man under to stop this particular play. When you go and you find it, where's the trip offset weak? All right, here goes the RPO bubble, right? So look, once I came out in this, the computer plays everything differently. The one thing I would recommend that you don't do is run around with your safety. Because if you're playing somebody that's good, they're going to bomb you over the top. It does not work well, ideally with the way that they'll beat the press in this mode. So this is just general. I didn't do any adjustments. And you see how it's bagged with just 2-man under. This is like the safest way to do it. Only problem is I'm on Palomalu. All right? This is exactly what happened in the game. As soon as I went to 2-man under, dude was bagged. Just straight bagged like groceries. So the answer to the question is 2-man under out of mostly every formation. This one is, dime 1-4, whatever, but dollar would be the same, with 2-man under, stuff like that. You just have to run man. And then everybody will attack the screenplay. And that's how it works. How did I actually do it though? When I played the idiot that was running it and he went up I think he was up 21 and I came back and beat him. All I did was come out, I did triangle, I pressed, I made sure the guys were pressing, and I stayed on my user that was blitzing. I left everybody else doing whatever they were doing. And I just paid attention to the outside. Now look, remember, if he runs the ball, we got a D tackle and we got this guy, right? That's gonna help stop the run. If you wanna be a little bit more safe, you can try to go ahead and pinch the line. But remember, these are linebackers, so you gotta use right. If you're running this defense, you gotta use right on the D-pad to pinch the line and not left, because you're actually working with the linebackers. This is the way that I stopped it and came back from being down all those points. It was actually, very simple afterwards. But again, this time I didn't press. You can press, you don't have to press. I have decent corners with decent press. I would recommend that you press, all right? As far as the other adjustments with it, you don't need to do anything with this. As far as auto flip, it's man coverage, so it's fine. Auto alignment is on default. You don't have to worry about any of the stuff with zone drops because it's straight man coverage. And they won't be able to run that particular RPO. Now, every other RPO, you can run other defenses and just man the player up manually, and it'll stop the RPO. But the run is still a chance that your user, you're gonna have to put a lot of emphasis on your user in order to stop it. And that's ultimately how you stop any RPO. Most people won't tell you that, but those are just some of the benefits you get when obviously you're a huge member at GmiasWorld. You're gonna get all the info you need. So that's pretty much part 2 of our ebook for today. The Eagles playbook, the bunch, and we learned how to stop some RPOs because we had some live questions. I'm gonna leave this up for all only members, and you guys will be able to get better at the game. And all you guys got to do is show up. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do it once a week where we go over all your questions and stuff like that to kind of keep you guys going, and it'll only be for the members to view after it's not live anymore. All right, boys, so we'll be on Twitch in about 10. I'm gonna see you guys over there. Thank you so much for being at my first ever live ebook tutorial. I appreciate you guys, man. OG Antlock, Pitonio, and Gonzito. We will eventually be good at Madden. I can't work miracles, Pitonio, especially for you. If you got it, you'll be good. The one thing I can tell you though, you're gonna get a decent amount of wins. You're gonna be getting at least the 15 to 20 wins for MUT Champs with what I'm gonna be teaching you. You personally, bro, lo siento, there's no helping you. You know what I'm saying, bro? But we'll try. You guys enjoy your day. Remember, this will be up for members only, and I'm gonna see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.